Welcome y'all to Let's Talk About This with DJ Reality and Sid, actually Sean as well, but as DJ Reality, but just wanted to jump in and say, Sid, how you doing this weekend?
I'm doing well, doing really well. There's a lot going on this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to be busy, a little turned up this weekend. It is Pride weekend here in the state, in the city of Atlanta. So,
okay,
we're going to get into it and have some fun.
What are all the Pride events going on this weekend?
Now, let me.
That you going to?
I'll say this.
Or that you want to tell people about.
We get a lot of kickback. Well, listen, we do a lot of kickback. So we get together, we just get to someone's home, we cook, we do all that other good stuff. However, we will get out to the Bulldogs, have some good cocktails because y'all heterosexual club, they charge y'all too much.
Yeah,
y'all have to pay $20 to park. Then you got to pay $20 to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to pay $25 to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you got a girl, you got to buy her drink too. So that's $50, right? No, we just don't pay those prices.
And I told you I was gonna get. I haven't had a chance, and of course it's assumed that if you go into like Bulldogs as an example, or one of the clubs or one of the club seen as gay clubs within Atlanta, that you're automatically this, that, and the other. But I just want to go. Like I told you, we talked about this in the beginning. I just want to go and kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
time.
Yeah, I don't ever. I hate when people are afraid to be around something that you don't think about things the same way as far as sexuality.
Correct.
And it's just weird that because I'm not to make assumptions, but I'm gonna go in there, and someone's going to assume that this is my sexuality. I was like, no, I'm just here to kick it and go with the flow.
But but again, surprisingly, if you was to ever, it's like me going into a heterosexual club.
Mm-hmm.
Most women don't think that I'm there for them, or men think I'm there for them. I mean, I'm there vibing, having fun. We're having a good time. That's the same way in the gay club, especially
a little bit. No, what I'm saying is like, because there's the idea of down low,
right,
and then there's the idea of just openly gay. So it can be assumed. Now, like I said, I never cared for assumptions anyway, but it could be assumed that I may be in there to be down low, or I'm not telling the full story. But like I said, I don't abide by people's assumptions. I just keep it moving.
But however, that's not what's on someone's mind. When we're in the club having fun, we're vibing, we're drinking.
No one cares.
I could care less. I don't care if you. First and foremost, most don't understand that. Most, like I said, gay men like myself, what have you, I don't care for down low men anyway. That's not my thing. I'm not looking for it. I don't want no woman's husband, boyfriend. I don't want that drama. I just that's us mature folk. Let me say that. I'm there about to have fun. If you was to come just like any other day, you got heterosexual women there with their boyfriend's husband in the gay club, just dancing, vibing, because they know they're gonna get good drinks. You're not gonna spend a lot of money. You may pay $5 to get in, and I mean it's a vibe. It's just a misconception that when a man, a straight man, going to the gay club, that someone's gonna think you down. Well, don't nobody care.
I think it's not within the club, the perception. I think it's outside of the club. So, like, say for instance, if I'm in a group chat, and I remember one time somebody tried to tell me that, they were trying to judge my sexuality just within the chat, right? And people would like kikiing and laughing and all that stuff. But like they said, I'm trying to think of the exact statement, but they said like, yeah, you go be in there. This is like years ago, but like, yeah, you go be in there hanging out at Bulldogs, da da da. And I was like, I have, and it's funny. I was like, I don't have no problem with going to any club in Atlanta. And they were like, oh, well, you don't know what Bulldogs is. I was like, well, I've heard, but and it's just weird that people's perception automatically outside of the situation is sucky versus the people that are engaged.
And I guarantee you, whoever that individual was, again, may have peeked their head in Bulldog, been to the Bulldogs because you know about the Bulldogs. And if you really go in there, the Bulldogs is fun. Again, we have fun. It's a vibe.
As long as the DJ is kicking it, that's all I ever care about. Because as a DJ, I'm always looking. I was like, okay, what he's playing? Why haven't I played that in a long time? Why is he still playing? This is how we do it, Montel Jordan. Like, it's just stuff like that automatically sticks in my head. As a DJ, I went to an event last night. My chiropractor is a DJ, so I went to go support him, and he was having his 40th birthday party. And it was more of he's of a Caribbean descent. So it was more of that. But as a DJ, I'm like, oh shoot, I have let me Shazam some of this, and because I hadn't played that in a while, let me add this to my playlist. Let me figure out. Like I'm always looking from the DJ perspective on how I can do better within that. But I had a great time. His name is DJ Cairo. Ironically, but he's my chiropractor. But he had his whole lavish he paid this DJ to come in from Jamaica to do his thing. Okay. Or I want to say Jamaica because I automatically assume Jamaica is Caribbean, but they flew him in from somewhere of Caribbean descent, and he paid for him, and he paid an exorbitant amount, and we had a great time.
And this is why you have to get around the mature crowd when we're, like I said, and I'm not really promoting Bulldogs. All I'm saying is that it's a vibe. Now I know on social media you may see them fighting and all that good stuff. That is not the case. That's when them young gays out and they rowdy, they do their thing. That's them.
They fight everywhere.
You're right. Us mature folk. That's just not our vibe.
I don't have the energy to fight. I'm too cute for that.
Look, okay. I'm not fighting nobody.
I don't want my clothes I don't want my clothes messed up. I don't want no marks on my face. I don't want to have to come to work on Monday. What happened to your face? It's only thing I ever want to explain is this scar that I have from my surgery, and that's gonna, not have to be. I don't have to explain that much anymore.
So connect with you some good mature folk. Hang out with them. It will be a vibe. I'm telling you. We know. Listen, DJ with some good house music. We're gonna dance all night long. We're drinking. We're dancing. That's what we do. So get out there. Don't judge us. I'm telling you. Get out there. Have some fun and stop spending all that money.
It's ridiculous. Like I said, as a DJ, I learned that from a DJ and from promoting. I remember one time I was promoting this party. And I was getting the door, you know what I'm saying? And so for me as a promoter, but I worked out a deal where I got the door and the owner got the bar. And but she's sitting up here telling me that, and I had my own door people and all that stuff. She was telling me go up on the door. And I was like, I just want people here. But she was like, people are willing to pay whatever on the happening. It was a hole in the wall. It wasn't even that great of a place, but we packed 600 or 700 people where the limit was supposed to be 400.
But they folk realize Bulldogs is popular.
Two people paid $50 to get into that hole in the wall.
Ain't nowhere
$50 each. I'm geez.
And people let's say we like Bulldogs because of the drinks. Again, anything going on in the Midtown area this weekend, we go into pregame at the Bulldogs because I know I could get a premium drink for maybe $10, $12. Now, and we're talking Top Chef type liquor, and I'll be good. Okay, have two of those, we're good. But speaking of DJs, I was at and I'm kind of going off subject, but I'm on the topic of a DJ. I went to for the first time. It's called Taco Tuesday. It's called Taco Tuesday.
Should be fine. I don't know if you can hear it in the mic, but lady is a siren's going by, but keep going.
It's called Taco Tuesday, and this gentleman, a talented gentleman.
Let's pause real quick.
Go ahead.
Let him get this out, or let her get this out. No, them sirens she don't fuck with.
They know about the police too.
She be letting me know. All right, she got it out of it. Okay, right. So sorry back where it's gentlemen. Blah, blah, blah.
So going back to speaking on DJ. So I went to this it's called Taco Tuesdays.
Okay.
It's a guy, talented young man. I don't know his name, but if you go online, he'll say, hey, I'm having Taco Tuesdays. It's limited tickets. You got to get them while it's hot. So if you don't get it, it'll sell out. However, what I found out, I went to the Taco Tuesdays. It's actually in his home. And in his home, he has an organ, band, drums. He has the whole DJ. He has the whole nine in his living room.
Okay.
It had to be at least 100 of us in this man's house. Oh. And when I tell you, Kiki Wyatt was there. I can't remember the young man on Beauty and the Black, the dark skinned one that played the gay male with the light skinned guy.
Okay.
I can't remember his name. Anyways. They all
Beauty in the Black. What's Beauty in the Black?
Tyler Perry's.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Don't do Tyler Perry like that.
Yeah, I try.
don't do him like
that. No, he's cool. I've tried to watch Tyler Perry movies and I just can't do it. Like Why Do I Get Married? And Summer, Why Did I Get Married Too? I like a quarter of that. Then it just got stupid.
Tyler Perry, you need to watch it. It's good stuff.
No, Tyler Perry's I promote black, that man, but I just look.
But let me tell you about Taco Tuesday. What was so interesting.
Okay.
This band was in his house and he had, like I said, Kiki White with all them they sung it. It was just, amazing to hear these folks. We was in someone's lip, like we was in a living
That's
room.
Dope.
That's
dope to have that connection and just being able to say, well, okay, only 75 people coming in, only 100 people coming in. And we just go eat some tacos and listen to some dope people.
Food, and he had good music. And they actually, man, it was amazing to go to this event. And he does it like every month, I believe.
Okay. Let me know. If you can get more than one ticket?
You can.
How much?
However, but it actually goes by donation.
Okay.
He really don't try, but we give a donation, but we give him because we want to support.
Yeah.
Because what he does is amazing.
No, that's dope.
But when I tell you, it's an amazing time. It's good. Listen, they go from R&B to church to like it's a variety of things. The DJ was amazing.
Okay.
Before they start, they have a live DJ. The DJ is, we dancing, but we in someone's house. I've never been to a house setting type of event where they have a band. That's everything. So it was amazing. Check it out. I can't remember. It's called Taco Tuesday. I'm telling you, check it out. He is local here in Atlanta, but it's a vibe. Yeah. It's a vibe. So kind of wanted to put that out there.
Okay, I like that. So let me ask you this question, and this is kind of off topic, but it's on our list. What are your 5 favorite albums ever? Whenever you listen to music.
Oh. Cause see, with me, I'm old school. So I'm old school. Well, my favorite genre, first of all, is gospel. Okay. Gospel, then old school R&B.
So say your favorite gospel album.
So my old school R&B. Karen Clark is my favorite. Karen Clark Sheard is my favorite of all gospel artists.
Nigga, so, I'm gonna ask you this question again. What's your favorite 5 albums? Like you old enough to buy albums. We've all or tapes. So when you say we Karen had tapes. Clark, what's your Karen Clark's album that it doesn't have to be the Karen Clark album? Because I'll say for me, as an example, Thriller is one of my favorite albums, but I always fight between that and Off the Wall. But
I could dig Thriller, but
I think Off the Wall was better, but I think Thriller's impact was larger. If that makes sense. Like Thriller was just like when you go back and listen to both of those albums, in my opinion, I can't listen to Thriller all the way through. Like I can't listen to Billie Jean. I can't listen to the song Thriller. I can't listen to Beat It. So it's just like you don't just be riding and be like, let me listen to Beat It, but you know what I'm saying? But I can listen to like songs like Baby Be Mine,
right?
Or those or PYT, like those are songs that are great songs, and they're not commercial. I don't want to say commercial because they were singles, you know what I'm saying? But they weren't like, they were more, I want to say it's more tolerable to listen to, but I don't ever want to listen to Thriller. And I remember Michael Jackson. I remember I'm this old when they released like I'm this old when they put all of when they released Thriller, they put it on CBS, ABC, BET, it all released at the same time on all of those networks. And there was one other network, and Fox wasn't even around yet. So I want to say it was one of the other networks, but they did that for MC Hammer too. For Too Legit to Quit, released on 3 or 4 networks at once. So whatever channel you was watching at that time,
about the MC Hammer too.
Right? Turn this mother out.
But to your point, I'm like you. Like I have different. I can say an album because I don't listen to the whole album. I don't like all songs. It depends on who it is. Yeah. However, I pick and choose. And again, like I say, Karen is my girl. Tony Braxton, Deborah Cox, Whitney Houston, like Anita Baker.
What albums were you?
But again, I pick and choose a song from whatever album at that moment I like. I just like certain songs. Okay. I'm not an album
but you never bought CDs or tapes?
I bought CDs. Now back in the day in Tampa, Florida, it was a man called Rocky Rod, and he used to sell the tapes and the CDs. Like you can go buy whatever. So he have a mix of songs. songs.
Oh, okay, so like a mixtape.
A mixtape. So I buy a lot of mixtapes, different music that I may like, and you can actually say I want this song. He'll put all the songs you like on the tape. Or
that's
CD.
cool.
So yeah. So I mean.
So let me ask you this question: what was the last CD you bought?
Oh, the last CD. Because again, if y'all don't know, I used to have a CD book in my car back in the day when we had a CD book.
I still got my CD books downstairs.
Okay. The last CD I bought.
I got 4 or 5 CD books downstairs. I gave one away.
Well, you're a DJ. Yeah. The last CD I bought was. Oh, that's a good question. Because I don't even remember CDs right now. I'm just like,
we're pretty much removed from that. I'll tell you this: the last CD I remember buying was it was either, I can't remember the dates, but it was either Adele 25 or Jadakiss Top 5. Now the last album, like streaming and stuff like that I bought, to play music and stuff like that, was Cardi. I bought the Cardi recently just to have it so I can, play it in like wherever I'm DJing at. I bought the clean version and the dirty version. But yeah, that was the last streaming or last downloadable album that I bought. And then from them two was, like I said, Adele 25 and Jadakiss Top 5 did a lot.
That's why they call him DJ Reality. He the DJ. I'm not the DJ. So.
Yeah, but so what was the last tape you bought?
Man, let me tell you something. You're taking me all the way back. Now, tape, it's almost like the payphone. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because I'll buy it, like. Cause
did you ever do BMG? Did you ever do BMG or Columbia House?
No, never.
You never did them 1 cent 12 tapes or 8 CDs?
Nope. Never.
Damn.
Never.
I had so many.
That iPhone tell me I get all the music I want from my iPhone.
No. This was like 1990, 1995, like around that time.
I was still a baby then.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, they had Columbia House or BMG. They had it where you can order CD, like you can get 12. The way that they get you was you get 12 tapes or 8 CDs for 1 cent. But then you had to either buy 1 CD or like Columbia House, you had to buy 1 CD, but BMG, you had to sign up to buy 4 or 8.
I've heard of them. I just never subscribed. Let me say that. Yeah. So
why not? Why don't you take advantage?
Music is your thing.
But you like music, though.
I like music.
Yeah.
However, but
everybody likes. I haven't heard anybody.
It's almost like
music.
Subscribing to any of these subscriptions out there. Music, porn, what have no, I don't that. It's free stuff out there.
I feel you.
Free.
So how do you feel about Pornhub being blocked?
I have no qualms with it. I don't watch. I don't really.
But most of the sites are blocked though. So it's not even like Pornhub, Xvideo, all of those sites.
Oh, really?
Are blocked. Like if you go to the site, it's this white woman on there giving the disclaimer, and you can't even access it. Like the city, when I looked it up, it's 20 plus cities or 20 plus states that have blocked it, period. So you can't go to none of those sites.
Well, guess you have to find something else to do.
Look, I tell people, you cut the head off, 3 more grow. It's just natural. Remember back in the day. So let me ask you this. What was your, so I'm gonna age you a little bit younger. So what was the downloading sites that you were using to get music back in the day? And I'll give you some of mine before
downloading
so you can
sites.
Yeah, so say for instance you had Napster, you had LimeWire, you had Audio Galaxy, you had Kazaa, you had what's some other ones? It was a ton of them, but I'm saying that like with Napster, I don't know, like I was in college at this point in time. Like I said, it really shows age. But I remember when they said Napster was shutting down, and it was shutting down at I think it was maybe 2 a.m. Everybody I knew was trying to download as much music as possible before 2 a.m. hit, because there was no other site before that. I mean, Napster was I remember back in the day. I was, and I had built me a computer and, spent a little money, and I was trying to figure out how to, I was like, well, where's the good site I was on this site called Merc, And I was like, what's a good site to what's the easiest way to get music? Because you can get it from that site, but I was trying to figure out, I was like, well, what's the easier way? Because this is annoying. Like I'm texting. No, it was free.
Okay.
No, they ended up doing a subscription after they got rid of it. But and somebody's like, well, yeah, just try out Napster. And I was like, oh, I never heard of this. Downloaded Napster and life changed. Like it was, I was downloading music. I wasn't a pirate, downloading all, but I mean, you talking Dre 2001, like I remember that was like a heavily downloaded album. It was that, and I remember Jay-Z, I think it's Volume 3 at the time, one of the albums that he had at the time, but that one was a heavily, because I don't know if you remember the song Is That Your Bitch?
By who?
It was Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak, Twista, okay, and Missy. Like, is that your bitch? That was the hook. And Missy was singing. Yeah, so I remember the
song.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that version, there was a different version that came out. Then they ended up giving it to Memphis Bleak later on within his career because it was so heavily bootleg that they didn't see any value of releasing it with that album. But all the men said don't want to go down that wormhole. But to ask you the question, like, what were you using to download all of your bad stuff?
I was a good kid.
Were you?
I was a good kid.
Come on, man.
I was.
It wasn't that bad. Like, listen.
Honestly, I didn't listen. Like, I wasn't a music head. Like,
but look at it like this: technology, right? I don't like music. We can pass that. This good kid shit I ain't with. What I'm saying is, technology in general technology was meant for, because they're always trying to monetize it, right?
Right.
And that's the tough part. Like when you say, well, as an example with Napster going down, it was, like I said, LimeWire and all these other sites came up and they were still trying to monetize it. That's where Apple Music and Tidal and Spotify all came from, because they found a way to monetize it and protect, quote unquote, the music. But it's just like technology they're always trying to monetize it and they end up losing. You remember Tower Records?
No.
Okay, so Tower Records, I remember I used to go in there and they would charge, like a CD just coming out, they would charge $15.99, $16.99
for a CD.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and they were one of the main companies that sued Napster to get them off of the market.
Gotcha. Okay.
So when they did that, towers and it's funny, you said you don't remember them. All towers shut down. Like all towers, because they couldn't understand how to monetize. Like they could have worked with Napster, but they chose to go against Napster.
Gotcha.
And when they went against Napster, all these other companies all these other download sites came up and it fucked them up. Like if they would have worked with Napster, who was the largest at the time, or if they would have worked with potential opportunities as Apple Music or Spotify and stuff like that, they could have still been flourishing. But like I said, rabbit hole. You still ain't told me your top 5 albums. I want to hear that shit. I'm gonna keep coming back to it.
Because he gonna come to, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm stopped on that.
Okay, so let's revert. Let's change the question.
This is the music head.
No. So look, what are your top 5 artists?
I already said one. Karen Clark Shield. Amazing, love her. Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton, Deborah Cox, Anita Baker.
No, you cheating. No, you cheating.
What?
You cheating. Like what?
These are my favorite. Like I can listen to them.
So I said 5 for one.
Luther Vandross. Like okay,
you done said 7.
Okay, all right, my bad. I go like
you done said 7. I said your top 5.
Okay.
If you was building the playlist in your phone or whatever.
Okay.
So I'm gonna check. What songs have to be a part of the playlist of Sydney's life?
Songs again. We're going back to artists, because if I say songs, I got a whole slew of songs. So
I said 5.
Okay.
Because we could be here all day talking about the rest of it.
Karen Clark, Secret Place.
Okay.
Karen Clark, We Acknowledge You. A lot of the Donald Lawrence, God. It's called God.
Okay.
Donald Lawrence, and if you ever heard it, it's an amazing song. Whitney Houston. Pretty much, yeah. It's so many.
What song, man? Because Whitney Houston got some side piece songs out here.
Right, she does.
You gonna be the side? Was the greatest love of all? I think it was.
I'm just a Whitney fan.
Saving all my love for you. That's the side piece song.
That the Lord is my shepherd. Like again, I'm a gospel head, so I love my gospel music. Like if you get into my car right now, I always tell my friends, if you ride with me, you may get saved. You may go meet Jesus that day because you're gonna get in my car, and that's the vibe in my vehicle. You're gonna hear gospel. You're gonna hear some old school R&B. Then it's gonna go right back to gospel. That's my playlist.
So
all day long.
Let me ask you. This is funny. So, and I'm gonna give you mine too. But when you get in your car, does the person that you're driving with have a say in the music that's been played?
Absolutely not. not while I'm driving. Now, if they're driving, that's different. I'm driving. No, you have no say.
My mom had this thing, and I abide by it, and everybody doesn't have to abide by it, but you abide by it when you're in my car. Is that who's ever driving controls the music?
Correct.
Because they got they're getting you to wherever you go. So I will cater somewhat to. I will cater somewhat to what like say for instance with my mom, like I'll go into one of my R&B playlists just because there's not a lot of cursing or anything like that. So I'm trying to be more cautious of her ears. I don't want her to get in there and be like, bust a nigga head, smack a hoe, shoot the club up. You know what I'm saying? Like so I'm always trying to be, protective at the same time. So I'm not going to hit the hip hop or anything like that.
So let me kind of break that. I listen to music that it has to have some type of meaning.
Okay.
I listen to words. It has to have some meaning. So again, I listen to gospel, but not all gospel. It has to have meaning. If it's just some fluff that just singing just to be on there, it has to have meaning. So when I go to I say Cardi is one of my favorites because I always tell people, if you get to know me, she's the right nasty for me.
Okay.
I like her words. Some of her words, she's the right nasty.
She says it the right way.
I like what's her name? Pressure.
Summer Walker.
That's some Pressure. It's the right. She had the right. No, that's
Isn't that Summer?
No, that's
Pressure.
Yeah, that's
Is that Summer? I could have sworn that's Summer Walker. It's the two that always get them mixed up. Summer Walker.
What's the gun? She performed at Kamala Harris. What's the artist?
I could have sworn.
Let
me look this up real quick. And I don't want this to look weird. I remember on the last podcast, it like one of the shorts had me just looking at the phone. I was like, no, I'm listening to him.
What's her name?
Ari Lennox.
So make sure you're right.
It's Ari Lennox. I just looked it up.
Because I like to read.
Ari Lennox, Pressure. I didn't know she had a remix with SZA and Summer Walker too. But yeah, like the edit of it is like you were talking, then I'm looking at my phone, and I'm talking, and you looking at my. But I was looking up the last time when we were talking about Jocelyn and trying to figure out, like we were saying that Cardi took Jocelyn's place as far as like the success, because everybody expected Jocelyn to be that rapper off of Love and Hip Hop. But I digress.
But like I said, it has to have meaning. Even with me, like I said, I'm not a good at two shoes, even though I said I'm a good boy. I'm playing. However, but Cardi can be my right nasty. She gonna I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say, but she tells what to do.
What you gotta say.
She tell you what to do with the dick in the pussy. Like she'll go down the line, and so she give me the right nasty. In other words, so that's why I listen to her. But if there's no meaning to me, I don't really listen to.
Have you had a chance to? And I'll say this, and this is kind of pivoting, but I still want to tell you my top 5 artists. With the Cardi album, I've been trying to do more activities since my surgery, and so I've been listening to music a little bit more because I'm doing like 45-minute walks, or I'm doing 45-minute exercise. Automated said, okay. So I'm listening to the Cardi album, and I was already listening to it, for the past couple of weeks. And I was like, okay, she's really getting personal on here, and I'm like, but it was really good though. You know what I'm saying? Because I was listening to it. At first you was hearing the Imaginary Player and all of these other songs, and the stuff that was hitting the radio. But then I'm listening, and my favorite song is Bodega Baddie, by the way. It's like when I'm listening, like, because you get to like maybe mid to halfway or mid to the end of the album, where she kind of talks about her marriage and stuff like that. Because it's like one song that she literally talks about the first kid, and there's another song she talks about the second kid, and I'm like, damn, like I like the fact that she got a little bit more personal on this album. So, but Ottoman said, man, listen to more albums instead of singles, man. Come on, man. Like you got Cardi, and Cardi be your right type of nasty, but she got stuff on there too that has
and then I'll go that from to Olita Adams.
Okay.
Like, I'll go like I can switch it. You got to give it that. It has to have meaning. I have to feel the music. I just don't, because it's all that, and I'd be like, that's not me. I'm good.
So let me say this. So top 5 artists. Common is my favorite rapper. Always has been.
Really?
Yeah, always been my favorite rapper.
Is it?
Yep. Then it's like Jay-Z. Then it's Nas. And I'm thinking I gotta get out of the rap category. D'Angelo, even though some of I feel like he kind of, I don't want to say wasted his career, but like he took too much time off in between albums.
Okay, you think so?
Yeah, because the first album came out in 94. Second album came out 98, but then he didn't come out, or 98, 99, somewhere around there. But then his third album didn't come out till like 2010. You know what I'm saying? So, but then it's weird. Faith Evans. Faith Evans is like my fifth. Like I literally listen, like Faith. This isn't I don't think everyone would agree, but I like Faith more than I like Mary J.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
And I like Faith. It was something like, you could say whatever about Puff, but it was stuff that Puff was doing with the artists that they were great with him. And I felt like Faith was his version of Mary J, but it was more Mary J feels like your sister or your aunt. Faith was like an R&B singer that that can she was making great music, but a lot of people, it was in the shadows of Mary J at the time. Because if you think about, like, I always ask this question, like, what song can you fuck to that Mary J did?
I'm thinking that's one. No, that's too fast. Yeah,
Mary, like I remember somebody said 7 Days or the song with R. Kelly. And I was like, nah, those aren't really songs like that you can get down with, like, but I'm saying, like, say for instance, Tank has a slew of songs that you can get down with. Like Tank has music like that you could be like, okay, well shit, I could put this whole album on and Tank got it going. So, but back to the original, because I had said my top 5 artists, top 5 albums. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, Outkast, which one? I always go between Southern Playalistic or AT Aliens, but I'll say Southern Playalistic because that was them first coming out. Let's see, Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt, Nas, It Was Written, and D'Angelo, Brown Sugar. So. And I love Brown. The lovely part about Brown Sugar, it's one of those albums that you can just put on and, like, I could play. I mean, we ain't got the copyrights, so I can't, play it on it. But you can sit up here and it could just be the background music, and nobody be like, "Hey, skip this. Hey, play this." Da da da. Like, it's a vibe, and that's what I like about music at times. Like, it's just one new artist that I like. He's an AI artist, which is crazy. His name is Nick Hustles. And he has like all of the songs. Like, I don't know if you've seen my shorts or the little videos that I've been making about I feel like slapping a nigga today. And just songs like that. Like, he has a song called Office Funk where he's talking about, I lied on my resume. Like, he's just saying, like,
you
weird.
Right. All right. There you go. That's fresh. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, Ari Lennox. Yeah, I told you. Yeah. I knew it was one of the two because I always get Summer Walker because I love I can't remember which one did Session 32. But like I said, I always get them mixed up.
She gave me the right nasty, and if you listen to the lyrics, she gave me the right nasty. But she gave me the right nasty. Listen, all right, go ahead.
And I'm not going to, and I correct me if I'm wrong, and you may know, may not know, but I want to say Jermaine Dupri produced that song.
Oh, really?
So yeah, we'll look it up, but just a fact check me just to make sure. But I want to say he produced that song, or he had something to do with it, because I know he was kind of figuring out her career in the beginning. Right. So
that gives me, it has to have meaning for me. Music. I'm not, again, music head, but again, if you get in my car, you're gonna be like, you know what, you got some. My friends will always say, see, one of us need to be the DJ in your car, because you're gonna have us going to church. Hey, well, you know, that's it is what
it depends on the day. Look, Marvin Sapp is one of my favorite artists. Because like I remember I was listening to a Marvin Sapp album, and I was like, damn, this nigga got bops. Like it was like the album with Never Would Have Made It. He had like Never Would Have Made It, Praise Him in Advance. Like it was just You Saw the Best in Me. It was just bop after bop after bop. I'm like,
that's another one. Mm-hmm. Y'all have to know. Go ahead, finish talking, because that's another one.
No, but I'm saying like Marvin Sapp, like, you know, every song I was listening, like that. I can't remember the name of the album, but I just remember it's Gray in the background, and it's like for some reason I got it from my mom. Like it was just laying down, scratched up, so I just threw it. I just ended up ripping it. Well, let me explain what ripping is. Yeah, so please. What I did was like I put in my CD-ROM in my computer, put it in the CD-ROM, injected it in the computer, and saved all of the music as MP3s on my computer, and then uploaded it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
You know, back in the day, you had to do shit like that.
If you want a good song, good gospel song, "Still" by Jonathan McReynolds and Jamal Roberts, the one that won American Idol. Okay, it's called "Still." Amazing song.
You know who I caught on late? Kirk Franklin.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't.
I like Kirk.
I like Kirk, but the problem I had was that I felt like he was.
I want to hear this. You feel like he was? Let's go there.
I felt like he was gentrifying hip hop to make it gospel. If that makes sense. Like I feel like it was trying to like take elements of hip hop, infuse it into gospel, and then do his thing.
Aretha, Ray Charles, all of them done the same thing. They took gospel and made it. So that song.
No. Listen, gospel and R&B music. I mean, like they're right there. Like so let me give you a prime example, right? You remember the song by Music, Love. These are the things, So that was originally titled Lord. Really? And the record label told him to change it up so it can be a single. So they ended up changing to Love. Like, these are the things that I forgot the actual lyrics, but if you listen to the lyrics, it's definitely about God, like the way he sings it. I'm not gonna sing right now. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics in a second, but because we're not singers, but we are. Yeah, I'm not that much of a singer. But I'm okay with the coming from a gospel background, because Whitney Houston came from a gospel.
But that's just
background,
like Ray Charles, like what even Jamie Foxx when I got a woman way over time. That's a gospel song, and that's I'm determined to live holy. Yes, I am. That is a gospel song, but they turned it into we do that. Aretha Franklin, it's all they all do it. So that's why you see gospel R&B is my thing, because you could,
So here we go.
So don't be doing Kirk Franklin like that. Kirk Franklin.
No, I fuck with Kirk Franklin. It's what I'm saying. Like, but when I was hearing Stump, I'm like,
Kirk Franklin, he reeled in the white folk too. He reeled in
Kirk is dope. Like I'm saying, like I caught on to it late because I felt like he was trying to, play both lanes. And, and you think back in the day, like my mom. So as an example, I'll say from the church perspective, growing up within the church, my mom would listen to Marvin Sapp, but she wouldn't listen to Kirk Franklin. And it was a separation. It was almost like, that's your lane, or like I don't want to hear my church music like that.
And there's a total difference between both, like a Marvin Sapp and Kirk Franklin. You can't compare.
No, what I'm saying, but they're both gospel.
They are gospel, but you get.
But it's different. It's different. But I'm saying you're getting different vibes from.
However, Kirk makes the money. He know how to bring the people to listen to that gospel genre.
But you got to look at commission too. Like commission, it was some dope ass people that came out of commission. Including Marvin Sapp. But okay, here's the lyrics for Love. Love, so many people use your name in vain. Love, those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurt. Love, for better or worse, I will choose you first. And that's the hook. You know what I'm saying? That's literally about God. But, they had change it up. And, I mean, it made sense. It's still one of my favorite music songs ever.
I love it. I have no qualms with how people switch if they switch it gospel.
Let people be who they are.
That they are.
You know what I'm saying? I really feel like people want to box you in just to be able to put levels to you.
This is and I'm going off on a tangent, but this is why I'm extremely disappointed in the white evangelicals or the white natural. Like these folk preach Jesus. These folks say that they are they attagainst the gay community. Mm-hmm. They're against everything else. But these are the main men during the Republican convention. Grindr blew up. These are the same men that say Jesus, but they sleeping with other men. Mm-hmm. But they want to play Christian values. They want to put out I'm so over the white church. I am like I'm.
But look at it like this. I mean, the white church, came when we came as not even just sexuality, but when we came here in general as Black people. Like at point in time, like the Declaration of Independence, all of that stuff is written off of or is based off of what the Bible's supposed to be, but at the same time, we're 3/5 of a person, or we're never equal. I mean, I think sometimes people lose sight on, like, say for instance, the civil rights movement. You're talking in the 60s. We're not that far from the 60s. My mom, was born in 51. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember talking to my aunt about this, and she passed. She was 95 when she passed. And I was asking her, she's from Alabama, and these are the questions that we don't ask our people. And I have a problem with that just because there's so much history in what they know, but it's almost been, I don't want to bring up bad things or anything like that, but at the same time, it's stuff that's suppressed that we don't know about that we should know, so we don't, end up doing it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Where we feel that people are prejudiced towards us, but we don't know how to deal with it. I was talking to her, and she was saying how, because she picked cotton and all that stuff, and she was telling me that, we didn't realize racism because that's what we were brought up in.
Correct.
And it's funny when people's like, well, I would have never been a slave, or I would have never did that. I was like, no. You had it like when Kanye was saying the dumb shit, talking about like you choose to be a slave. You know what I'm saying? Kanye could say things the wrong way. The way that, like I said, I can't speak for him, but the way that I see it as being a slave, as an example, is either you're going to be a slave or you're going to die. And maybe he's expressing it that, I mean, like I said, this is a while back, but maybe he's expressing like, well, I'd rather die than be a slave, And if he had said it that way, I mean, he still can't speak for the slaves because they were going through it. Right. You have a choice. You don't have to be a slave anymore. Correct. So all that being said, it's like getting that rich history from her. Like I said, it was just I just asked, what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting in her house. She ain't have no AC and nothing like that. It's hot as hell. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get the topics quick and shit, because I'm like, God damn, it's storming in this bitch. But all that being said, asking her those types of questions, I'm pretty sure, and I can't speak for, the rest of my family, but I don't think anybody else will go over Aunt Rosie's house and just ask her to make some hot water cornbread or some greens and stuff like that, rather than understanding like how she was raised. So
listen, I'm at that point where we are now in our nation, I guess I feel more. It's challenging because my kids. I'm thinking about my children, their future, etc. Yeah. So I think that's what's challenging. How do I navigate with and deal with people that I know that's against me, that really don't love me? Yeah. And I'm talking about the white church, like all of them, they preach Jesus. And like, how can you say Jesus and Jesus? Because Jesus is love. How you even muster up saying that, but you don't care for people of color, black people, other people of color. So all that in my mind, it baffles me. I'm just like, I'm like the preacher said, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. Like, and so I have nothing. I'm just, okay, God, you got to help me.
So let me ask you this. I mean, you brought up a great point, and I like these. I love this conversation. I like talking to you about it. So, and you brought up a great point. You said that, how do you deal with people that, for lack of better words, don't fuck with you? And that's a question, but how, like, say for instance, within corporate, within it doesn't necessarily have to be within corporate. It could be within how you're treated as a person, because it was funny. I was talking and I was having this conversation, and it was weird. I had to reel myself back. I'm like, yo, that's not how I should think, because I was thinking from the stereotypical side of it, and of based off of a race being a hardworking race. And it was the conversation of like a bunch of, like, it was this, and I'm not going to mention a company, but it was a bunch of people laid off, and it was because they were using tools that they weren't supposed to be using, like to make them look busy.
Right.
And one of the individuals was an Indian woman, and my first thought was like, oh, they'll never do that because they work hard and da-da-da. But then I was like, damn, like, I mean, not to say that they use it or not use it, but my first thought was they wouldn't do that but for us, someone is on that other side saying, oh, they definitely would have did that because they black. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and I'm trying not to, like I said, it's stereotypes and prejudice that we have in our head that, us black folks don't do this, or women only do this, or gay people only do this, or they think like this. So how have you been able to?
But that's the narrative. And if you think about it, okay, trans women, trans people, gay people going into women, men bathrooms, or what have you. We had this issue about bathrooms, that they're molesting kids, or what have you. Black people, all we do is kill, rob, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Black women, low IQ, they're dumb, they're stupid, et cetera. Loud, boisterous, et cetera.
Yeah, the stereotype. Yeah.
But if you think about it, if we are honest, when it comes to molestation or sexual assault, et cetera, it's white men. You don't have to worry about trans and gay people don't want no child. We don't want children. That's not what we know. But hell, a lot of us have that trauma. We've been molested.
But the thing is,
some of us.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, what if you do want children? And that's okay.
Right.
The problem is that sometimes the stereotypes. That's why I mentioned earlier.
Wait, hold on. Let's back, because you said if we want children, that's okay. No, we don't want children. What do you mean? I lost your point. I lost that. I lost that in translation. Oh, have a child. Okay.
Yeah.
When I was saying wanting children, meaning they're sexually assaulting.
No. Not on no pedo shit.
That's what white men.
No. I'm talking about like if you want to have a child, like if you want to birth a child, if you want to foster a child. No.
Look, I had to make that. Okay.
I'm not a part of that stereotypical mentality, but no, it's just interesting that people box people in based off of assumption rather than actually getting to know somebody, which is crazy. Like, working in, I think I mentioned this the last podcast. I can't remember, but one of the things that kind of made me upset on one of the contracts I was working, that, you know, and I think I mentioned, I can't remember, but anyway, I'm gonna mention it now. So fuck it, because I forget shit. But it was posting new hires, and there were 3 pictures of the new hires. I was one of them. There's 2 others. You know, I gave the guy like my LinkedIn photo, and he found me online and used my DJ photo. But then I'm over here DJing, standing out here, but then the other 2 out here in suits and and dresses and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
That was
like,
purposely done.
Yeah. I mean, but it was a black dude that did it.
And you know, you have some of us that, you know.
But he was like, I don't think he did it in malice, but he should have asked me which photo I want to post it. You know,
so if you send him a photo or a professional photo, why would he use your DJ photo? So it's like
I have no clue.
Can't use you don't think it's done in malice. However, how else can you look at that?
No, only way I look at it's like I feel like he was doing it to show that, like I said, I can't speak for him, and I'm just trying to give him grace.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking
that's a good word.
I think he's doing it in a sense to show that, okay, he's not like he's a fun guy to engage with, or he's a guy that you can.
I'll take that.
Yeah, so I like he's one of those, like he's easygoing. He can figure out, you know, that's how I looked at it. Gotcha. That's how I hoped it was. It may or may not have, you know, some undertones to it, but when I saw it, I was like, bro, like, why in the hell you post this photo of me DJing? Like, post the one like me suited and booted.
Did you ask him that question?
Yeah, he was like, well, and that was kind of like his reason behind it. Gotcha. He was like, I thought this was more of a outgoing photo for you. It's like, okay. But I didn't say specifically don't do that again. But I was like, well, just let me know next time. That's how I went about it.
Okay. So I get you back, because I would have we would have a different conversation. We would definitely have a different conversation.
So tell me about the conversation that you would have had.
Well, first and foremost, I would tell him that's not the pic I sent you, and you don't post that.
Okay.
You take that down. So I would have been very firm and direct with him.
Okay.
We allow folk to just, you know, oftentimes just do what they want, and we don't say anything because that's our employer, that's our supervisor, that's the leader, whatever. Me, one thing, I've never been scared to lose a job. I'm gonna stand up for what's right.
Okay.
Been in the HR field for so long, like I just can't deal with the politics.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why I'm not in it.
Mm-hmm. HR is tough.
I'm not a phone. I can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not playing those games.
Mm-hmm.
Right is right, wrong is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why I'm having a difficult time with what's going on in our nation, with white people, how they see us, view us, treat us. Except it bothers me because I've always come from a person or been that person that loves. I'm going to love. I'm going to support you. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But when you find out, like I was disappointed in Latinos, Hispanics. I have some really close
about the
friends.
way that they voted?
Not just the way they voted,
or the way
how they think of us.
Okay.
I didn't being so close to these certain folk, and they know who they are. We were close. Like the mom, she actually helped me purchase my first home.
Okay.
So like we were close, and to find out how they view Black men,
mm-hmm.
It bothered me. It disturbed me. Like y'all really.
But look at it. This is to what I said earlier, as far as like the way I'm viewing the Indian woman at the time that got let go from her job. You know what I'm saying? Based off of using but it's more positive in a way that I'm thinking about it with her versus the negative. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that, I mean, of course, a stereotype is a stereotype. Right. No one should have any prejudice towards them, but at least, and like I said, I can't speak for everybody, but at least that stereotype or prejudice was positive.
My lips dry, y'all. I'm sorry.
No, but at least that stereotype was positive. To why did they lose their job? They shouldn't have lost their job. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, for us, it could be, I mean, I know they was using their jiggler on their mouse. And I know that they had that stuff in there. This kind of goes to the conversation that we're having. What's your exit strategy?
say my exit strategy from corporate America.
Yep.
So we're speaking on. Well, me personally, I'm actually working on some things. Just got my new LLC for this dispatching company that I formed. So I'm buying all my equipment. I'm doing everything to dispatch on my own and to build that. And I'm also entertaining in my neighborhood. Is this I became I'll say friends or fond of this couple. It's a Chinese husband and wife. They have a local liquor store, a package store, and they want to retire. So we're having a conversation to see how I can purchase that from them and just take over that liquor store from them. So I'm actually excited about that because I want my liquor store, have my liquor license. I'm working on that, have my liquor license, purchase this liquor store, and then that venture off into a pub that I want.
Yeah, because
like an after five type
once
pub.
That'd be good for you. I like that. That'd be good for you. I mean, the purchase of the liquor store, you just mentioned it, but having that license can expand to so many things. I remember, it's weird. I remember back in the day, I was looking at buying a liquor license in like 2004, 2003, like back then, like when I had just graduated from college, and trying to figure out, because I wanted my own space. I never been of the, I can work great within corporate, but I want, like, I'm not greedy. Not greedy. I want my own shit. I think is the bottom line. And I say I want my own shit as in, like, I don't want to ever have to, like, that's my exit strategy, is to have something that I don't have to lean on corporate. Now, I do like the corporate part because when you have value that can get you more money to move towards the independent thing. When it's tough to do the independent when you don't have any money behind you. So of course you can find ways to get the money, but a lot of people get lost into this whole entrepreneurial, like it's not easy being an entrepreneur.
Correct.
And some people get, like, you have to work harder because you think about it like this: everything that you're earning or that you're getting is based off of your effort.
Correct.
And a lot of people, in my opinion, I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people are lazy. And I say they're lazy as in, like, say for instance, working a 9 to 5, right, or 8 to 5, or whatever your time frame is. Right. A lot of people think, okay, I'm off at 5, or I'm not getting there to 8. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, an entrepreneur thing can be,
you're working around the clock oftentimes. Anything
you could be working 10 to 4 a.m. just to be able to get, the right income that you're trying to push, or just to have the potential to get the right
and
income.
I'm going to be careful with my words because I know there's a lot of Black men and women entrepreneurs that's out there doing that thing, they're handling that business. And I can say I'm most proud to see us doing our thing. However, I wish that more, because once some get a little of success, because I'm gonna tell you quick, I failed that business. I had an amazing. Let me go back and I'm gonna share something. I always tell my friends, God always give me amazing ideas as pertains to a business idea or opportunity. And I say that because, and my best friend can tell you this to this day. I'll say 18 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, he helped me create my business plan, and my business plan was called the People's Concierge. And so if you look back, way back in the day, I had like this flyer and these really nice business cards, and what the People's Concierge would do, or the service, was to provide service for everyday individual, meaning if you go do your grocery shopping, your medicine, whatever, we would deliver it to you. At that time, 20 years ago, I didn't have the resources, the funding, etc. And now today you have Uber Eats, etc. I had this idea back in the day, before this was ever thought. And so I've always had opportunities, but I just never had the backing. And so where I'm going with this is, me personally, I've learned I don't always have to be the creator, the inventor, or what have you. But if you have a business and it's successful, now how can we help your business grow to a large business, like these large corporations? I don't have to be the boss, but I want to help my brother, my sister grow. And what does that look like? How do we help that grow? Now, if you always want to be the person because I'm the boss, I'm the inventor, I'm the creator, I want to grow, and you don't want anyone else because you want to control everything, then you have other issues. And again, I don't care to work with you. Yeah. However, I believe a lot of us have the intelligence, we have the education, we have the knowledge, we have all of that to help in business owner out here to grow, to expand. However, oftentimes they want that power, they want to control everything. No, you got to give room to, like, you know what, I want to grow this, or have a franchise, or open multiple locations, or I want to expand. We got to use our people, because again, that's how God bless us, through people. So
I like that you mentioned that. I had a business plan that I wrote in grad school. I graduated grad school in 2009. I had a business plan. I actually had to write the business plan for a class, but it was legit. I had people fact check it and see what I can do. It was a sneaker website. And the sneaker website was on how to buy and sell sneakers and make sure that they were legit. It was a site that was already, that I was, I'm heavy into the sneakers and stuff like that. It was a site that I was already using. And the site was going down. I tried to purchase that site, reached out to the owner, blah, blah, blah. Hey, and like I said, I would have found the capital, but I was trying to buy that site just because it already had, that's the thing about business, right? You need to have a following. So, anybody can come up with a business idea, but if you ain't got no following, you got to figure out how to do the outreach to be able to build that. But I tried to purchase the site. The guy just let the site go. The owner just let the site go. Everything that was in my business plan, StockX, GOAT, all eBay even started, doing authentication and stuff like that. Everything in StockX, I think, came around like 2010, 2011. So it wasn't that far off, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was right there, but I don't like to say if it was a fifth. I just like to figure out, like, now what I can do. Because like I said, I didn't have the back end, and that's the problem that most of us have, or the issues that we have as far as Black men, Black women, etc. I didn't come from and it's weird. Sometimes within the Black community, we have little things that we put on people to say, oh, that person must have had it all, or that person was spoiled, or that person, da, da, da. Everything I've had, I've had a job since 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? I was a paper boy. They don't even, I don't even know if they even deliver papers anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I cut grass. I shovel yards. You know what I'm saying? Only way I got stuff is if I play sports. So my mom's like, okay, you get one pair of shoes a year. If you play basketball, you get basketball shoes. If you play track or run track, you get track shoes, or you get some trainers or something like that. So all the men said I'm in a debt. It's school debt that I have. A lot of people have their loans paid off. I don't. I'm poor. I'm middle class poor. You know what I'm saying? And I say that as in, like, I have accumulated debt, but it's not like a crazy amount of credit cards or anything like that. But I don't have anyone I can say, hey, can you help me pay off this student loan and blah, blah, blah. And what was crazy to me, even, I remember it was like maybe 2021, 2022, somewhere around there, where they were forgiving everybody's loans. And I'm like, why are my loans getting forgiven? I got the most. I got loans from undergrad and grad. So and I was never able to consistently pay them, because the career has, when I was able to get a foundation, then it's like, okay, this come up, or this come up, or this come up, or the job won't be what I thought it was, etc. I mean, you mentioned earlier, I'm not afraid to walk away from a job. I'm not going to walk away disrespectfully. Correct. But I'm like, no, this ain't for me. and understanding what's better for my career and like a lot of people and like I said, they may have gotten further than me in life as far as, the career part of it, but I know who I am as a person. I know how I can be beneficial within the company, etc. So I'm always looking to build the foundation to look for the exit strategy. I'm still trying to, figure out like what the exit, like I had someone interview me and they were like, what are you looking at, once you're ready to retire? And I was like, damn. It's like I'm on that side of the of the hill. And so no, I've been, kind of thinking about that more, especially within the career. But the thing that's dope about corporate, if anything, is when you could provide a value, and it could be a value based off of you being an entrepreneur. Like you can literally do, and that's one thing I like the mentorship part of it. Like I'm saying my part as far as mentoring people is I'm trying to help them understand what they can do. Like sometimes you operate within a box, and this is the box that either you put yourself in or other people put you in. It's like where they put you in that box to say, oh, $15 an hour is great for you. And it's like, well, you can't do $15 an hour. And people do, but it's not comfortable where you have kids.
Correct.
You're trying to buy a house. You're trying to like do all of these things. $15 an hour ain't gonna do it. So hey, look, here's some things that you can look into rather than trying to focus on the entrepreneurship, because of course you got to be able to support the like most of the entrepreneurs I've seen, they either had they were married, they had somebody supporting them while they were doing it.
All right.
So it's not like someone just had the capital available, because the thing is, like, when you're just fully, if you say you're 100% into the entrepreneurship, you got to have, my opinion, 100, 200K, 300K behind you just to be able to burn through the money to be able to get your business off of the and you could use other people's capital as well too, but you got to have those resources
and learn how to leverage your credit, etc. That's a whole nother topic of the conversation. But to your point, again, some of us did not have that back. I don't have that backing. To say, like, no family would help me. However, and it's not because I have good credit. Like, I'm good. I could help another business owner. They've already created the vision, have the idea, or they're doing it. Let's expand on it. That's where I am, but that's why I'm looking to retire them. If they want to retire, I'll buy this liquor store. It's established.
That's dope.
It's established. People come, so you already have customers. I'm just going and just be new management, new owner, and just run from there. Then I can grow it however I see fit. So again, then to my pub, I do want a pub after 5 because I want karaoke, I want my DJs, I want my people to come out after 5 after work, have good drinks, and just have fun. Karaoke, good finger food. That's
just have fun.
Nothing.
No small ass wings.
Yeah, no small.
I hate that shit, man. Okay, so this is a rant, and we get to the last topic. But why in the fuck do places like this? Why I don't fuck with JR Crickets. I went in there one time. Well, I went in there, been there multiple times, but like people order wings. I'm like, these wings are some them wings are some bullshit.
Do you see the price of those wings? They're so small. I was in there maybe 2 weeks ago, JR Crickets in Midtown. I walked out.
Oh, it's terrible in there.
I walked
out.
At
least you go a little bit further south there, a little bit bigger, but they're still small.
I walked out. I said, oh no, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm not paying this for these little these bite-sized wings.
Wasting my damn time.
Right.
Look, it was because it was funny. My mom had flew into town, so I took her to go see my aunt. And this is the last time I've been to JR Cricket. This was probably like 2023. And I was like, hey, where you want to eat? Blah blah blah.
Right.
And my aunt, she just wanted to go to JR Cricket, and I was like, we can go somewhere else. Like, we can go eat somewhere nice. Like, we doing all right here. Like, we ain't gotta no more. Like, you're not paying for this. Like, I got it. Yeah. I was like, we could do a little bit better than JR Crickets, but that was the place she chose. So then me, her, and my mom went there, and I'm just like, that was my last impression of what JR. I was like, y'all got these little whole ass wings.
I wouldn't go again. No, I'm good. I'm good. Listen, listen, believe it or not, I like food.
Yeah.
I want to eat.
Look, I like meat. Right. So I like to have the meat on the bone, like, for the mix. I don't want to be biting into the bone, damn near trying to,
And then versus when I go to like a wing stop, I need them to cook their chicken, cook that darn chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I need it crispy. I need it.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been to wing stop in a while because it's all fried. But I think I did learn that because I can have fried food, but as long as it's not fried in flour, like so if it's just fried hard without no flour, I can eat it.
Now, if you want some good wings, I go to Pit Boss right there on Virginia Avenue.
Are they fried with flour?
No. They're smoked wings.
Oh,
they do grill everything. Oh, yeah. Amazing.
You said Pit Boss?
Pit Boss. That's where I go. Y'all look. Pit Boss is on Virginia Avenue. So I either get brisket from there or
I fuck with brisket too.
Yeah, that's what I get.
See, now I fuck with brisket. Like you ever had Buc-ee's?
I went to Buc-ee's.
Okay.
I like Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is Buc-ee's a bill.
But that brisket is not
You don't like that brisket?
I love that brisket, but it's not a Pit Boss. Pit Boss
give
me some brisket.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you go into Buc-ee's, you go spend at least $30 to $60.
That's a commercialized brisket, but it's good.
Okay.
Now they pay their leaders well. I'm just saying, they pay them well.
Really?
Right?
Okay, yeah. I
fuck. The car wash manager makes $125 a year.
Damn.
Yes.
Shit. All right, car wash manager.
The deli manager make $125. Like their leaders make good money.
Hey, try their smoked turkey.
I'm gonna try it
because they have they do the pound of brisket, but they have the pound of turkey too.
Every time I drive,
really good.
Yeah, every time I drive to Florida, if I go to Tampa, right there in Warner Robins.
Okay.
I stop at that.
See, I do. So I'm more so driving north, so I go to the one in Calhoun.
Okay.
Or there's one in Alabama. I always forget the name of the city whenever I'm driving like to Texas and stuff like that. But man, their smoked turkey. Okay, one time I went in there and I tried because I was going in there for the brisket, but they were sold out of the brisket.
Okay.
Or they was waiting for something to come up. And it was like 15, 20 minutes. I was ready to get back on the road. And I saw the smoked turkey. I was like, let me try the smoked turkey. My God.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, the smoked turkey is.
I'm gonna try.
I want to say it's just as good. I would say it's just as good. I ain't gonna say it's better, but it's just as good.
Okay.
So
I have to try it because I like, again, need some good smoked or grilled. But yeah, Pit Boss, you'll like
Pit Boss. Oh, you said where is it at?
Right on Virginia Avenue.
Okay.
That's not. But just look at Pit Boss, you'll see it. Okay. I go there often, so it's good stuff. Trust me, check it out.
All right, cool. So last question: who are your influences growing up, and why?
My influences growing up, and why? Oh, that's good.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be. I mean, because a lot of people be like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I'm like, Malcolm X, I fuck with, but like one of my I actually looked up or do look up to like Jay-Z, and I look up to him just because he's never looked at as the best. He's never looked at as the worst, but he's looked at as being dope. And that's always the way I always want to be looked at. Like I don't ever want to say, hey, I'm the best at this. I'm pretty good at it. I'm great at it, but I don't necessarily like I'm not in the middle. I'm like I'm above average or I'm better, So
I would say one that I could remember. His name was Rodney. This was back in the 80s. I was a little boy. I probably say 88. Young kid. Rodney was he was a musician. However, being a musician, that's when I found out about AIDS. He let me know he had AIDS, and so he passed up AIDS. However, Rodney became a father figure to me, and he actually just kind of took me on his wings and taught me how to be good person, good man, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's what kind of helped me through my life, not to be so promiscuous.
Okay.
He gave me that no, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to focus on. And why I'm successful in my career and what have you, has a lot to do with him. Because he instilled in me. I didn't have a father. Okay. Wasn't raised by my father. Well, I have a father. Of course, I'm here, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wasn't raised by my father. And I would say there's this leader. I tell folk that God give us all types of gifts. Some people can sing, some people can dance, folk can do hair, they're very creative, whatever that is. My gift is leadership.
Okay.
I can lead, I can go into companies and lead folk, and my DMs and my boss like, how do you do it? How do you get these results when you're one of the hardest ones and others can't do that? And I'm like, I can't explain it. This is who I am. But I got it from a white man, David Spencer. David Spencer was one of my mentors as I was coming in the retail game. And I started young with Publix. And going through school, what have you. David will always tell me, he's like, Sydney, you're a black male, you're a black gay male. This is how folk gonna view you. And it's a white man. So that's good. You, so I look at you, and he was like, no. So he wouldn't allow me to conduct myself in a way that's unbecoming of being a leader, or I'm looked at because I'm just popping off. He's like, no, you're not. He was so hard on me. I used to hate that man. I used to hate that white man. I used to hate him so much. But I knew he was.
But he still values. It wasn't like love. It wasn't out of malice, right? And that's what it's all.
I knew it was love. I knew he was like, I see you. He said, I see what's in you. Like he poured into me. Like, I see what's in you. So, David, that's my dude. I don't know if you're still out there. You're alive. Okay. You hear this one day. Okay. Listen, I'm doing well. And David was that. So, and this is going back to what we were talking about earlier. This is why I'm feeling some type of way as it pertains to what our nation looks like, as it pertains to white people. Then knowing that, like a David, there's some good white people out there. Yeah, there are amazing white people out there, and it's just. I'm struggling.
I'll say this. I think we kind of get impacted by the minority to the rules. I think that's a phrase, but like we get impacted by the 5 or 10%. I really don't think that there's a ton of other races that have malice against us. I think it's just the ones that, like I said, the minority to the rule or the exception to the rule, where it's the small amount. It's almost, I think it said like 2% of the, I mean, the 98% is us and the 2% is controlled by these set of individuals, right? So I don't think that everybody operates within a bad space, but I think that a lot of people that are in these positions of power do. Correct. And you got to be cautious of that. Like, I have 2 other people that I wanted to mention. Is one of my major influences was my cousin, or is my cousin. We actually do a podcast together. Okay. And he always showed me that, I mean, he wasn't doing it. Some people lead by doing, and some people lead by instruction, right? He always showed me how to do things. And I didn't really, I mean, I took those things and figured them out. I mean, he always had like a working mindset. Like he was always like, he was the kid that was selling candy, like in 6th or 5th grade to other people just to make money. He's like, oh, I can buy these at, I don't know, Gordon Foods or Sam's Club, and then I can sell it and I can make $20 or $30 off of that. Like he was that guy. And like, I remember, us being in high school, he had a Cherokee, you know what I'm saying? Like he had bought him a truck and stuff like that based off of his grind, not just selling candy, but him having a job and stuff like that. So that's where it was like, well, I had 2 paper routes. I was like, well, I can get more money. These in the same area. It's not like I'm hustling that hard to get, like, so I understood, I learned to hustle from him. And he was actually a DJ in high school. So then, I wanted to DJ. So then I started DJing in college. So it's kind of like, not to say that, I mean, because I always, followed like Run DMC and stuff like that. I was always a fan of like Jam Master Jay. And I was like, oh, cut or cut creator on like LL Cool J, all that stuff. Like I always wanted to do that. So once I got to college, I did it. But, he was doing it way ahead of time. Not to say that, I bit what he was doing. I just like what he was doing. So then I kind of, I got to college and I was like, oh, let me, start DJing, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of did my own thing because I've always been like musically, I always thought about the music like that. But Ottoman said he's always been the grinder, the one person. But then there was this other guy he's still my mentor. His name is Carlton Blunt. If you look him up, he's actually in the Jet magazine in like 1983, 1982 he's like the engineer from Chicago. Okay. He actually gave me my first opportunity to work within corporate. So when I'm talking to him and he's like, well, no, you got to do this. You got to do it this way. Don't let these people see what you drive and stuff. Like he was breaking it down. He's like, it's like, yo, I drive this Ford Trailblazer, the 2002 Ford Trailblazer to work every day. But, I got the Vet at the crib, or I got this big ass house. He's like, he got married. He's like, don't invite all these people to your house and da 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 because they go see what you got and blah blah blah. Then they go judge you and blah blah. So I understood like the showing the. Sometimes it's good to show like this goes back to that photo that was shown of me DJing. So now it's like, well, me being shown as a DJ, do I take my job seriously because I DJ as an example?
But what's crazy that you said that I didn't realize that people would pay that type of attention to you or pay close attention to you. Mm-hmm. And I said to say my company I work for now, every Monday I switch out my vehicle. So I'm in a new vehicle every Monday. Mm-hmm. So you will never see me in the same car. Mm-hmm. I did not know my neighbors realized that. And then until one day a neighbor, like two neighbors, we were just having some type, this gathering at someone's house, just this banter. We was just having a conversation, and they was like, a new car every month. What do you do? And I'm like, y'all be watching me like y'all be watching me like that. I didn't know you watched me, but yeah, I've been. You
have to be very cautious of the thing, and it sucks because you want to have success. So if I have a new car out there, period, I'm gonna talk to my neighbor. I talk to Miss Sheila across the street. Right. I'm gonna talk to her. Whether I don't talk to her on a regular basis, but when I do talk to her, she'd be like, "Oh, I saw the car the other day," and da da da, and so she's gonna literally tell me about.
But that's why I'm not on social media. Mm-hmm. Like how some folk live this fake life on social media. Mm-hmm. I could be in front of these cars posting because I could be in a Jeep wagon or a Mercedes or a BMW X7 or
new whip, new me.
I don't do that because I tell folks, I say my company
new whip. Who this?
My company pay for this. I travel for my company, so they pay for my vehicle.
Who won't smoke? Say what?
Right. So I'm in a new car every Monday. I'm switching out, and guess what? Honestly, I hate going to the airport every Monday morning.
That is exhausting.
It is horrible. Mm-hmm. I got to get up, drive to Atlanta's Hartsfield, and if you've been to the Atlanta Hartsfield, it's
at that time too. So
get up, switch out my car, find another car, jump in, check out. Like I hate it, but. Mm-hmm. But folks, all they see is the new car every week. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't. I'm like, no, listen, the company, my car is paid off. Mm-hmm. It sits unless my daughter drive it. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. So, you're right. That people do watch. I didn't realize that until recently.
Yeah, people are always paying attention to what you're doing. It's like, well, just because whenever I post too, I'm posting funny stuff. I'm posting the podcast. I'm posting, and I used to just be
trying to sing.
I be killing.
No, I love it though. I be loving it. I be like, I like your vibe. Yeah, I be loving it.
Yeah, it's just having fun. But sometimes people can take that as in, oh, you like to have fun, so you don't take this seriously. Right. So I'm always like, I stopped caring a long time ago, because I feel like the people that fuck with you are going to fuck with you, and the ones that don't. So. You can watch the videos and be like, oh man, you silly as fuck, or oh man, that's hilarious, or whatever. But when it comes down to it, I'm always grinding. I'm always trying to figure out, my next steps, and I'm always trying to make sure that, we have fun on the podcast, we're kicking it, chilling, and then just having a good time in general.
Absolutely.
So cool. Well, thank you all for listening to the podcast. Let's talk about this with your boy DJ Reality and your boy Sydney. Hopefully y'all like, subscribe, leave a mess or leave a comment in the chat. Just say things that you would like us to talk about. We don't hold any words for any topic that you would come up with. So if you have any ideas of things that we could do, we'll review them and we'll decide from there. Sydney, you got anything to say?
And I have a business proposition for him, so you will hear more once he and I have that conversation.
Okay.
Because again, we want to get all of you involved. But again, please. Anything you would like for us to talk about, just have that conversation. We are open. Please leave those in the comment box. However, let us know. Okay. And we'll talk to you soon.
I like that because one thing that's dope about that, you mentioned it, and now they're going to see the progression.
Yeah.
So I fuck with you and I'm going to fuck with you, but just in general. So thank you all for listening. Hope you tune in soon. Next podcast next week. Talk to you soon. Peace.